Taking Care of Gabby, Chapter 14, Gabby's Point of View. I got some good sleep after the nightmare, and it was probably because Luna Liz was there with me. She got up early and went to her room to get ready for the day. I got dressed and went out into the hallway. I didn't see anyone, so I stepped down to Luna Liz's room and knocked on the door. She opened it with a smile and asked if I was ready to go down for breakfast. I nodded, and she motioned towards the elevator, and we went down to the first floor to grab breakfast. It was Sunday, and a lot of people slept in on Sundays, so there weren't many people in the dining room when we came down. Justin was standing just outside the dining room, and I bet Luna Liz had mind-linked him that we were headed down for breakfast. Justin smiled and nodded to me, but did not approach me, and I followed him and Luna Liz into the dining room. They had a buffet set up with hot items on both sides of one of the buffet area, with someone manning the pancake waffle area at one end of the buffet. They were cooking one after the other of the waffles and had 4 on the griddle and were loading the prepared ones onto the tray in front of them, in between people arriving. Someone cooks eggs to order at the back end of the buffet, scrambled, omelettes, fried, whatever you want, and as many as you want. On the sides of the buffet there were fried potatoes, sausages, both link and patty, bacon, biscuits with jams, jellies and sausage gravy. They had a cold side too, with fresh cut fruit, hard-boiled eggs in cold water that you retrieve with salted spoons, yogurt, small containers of milk, and an area with granola for your yogurt, or just to eat on your yogurt, and several large boxes of cereal for the kids. I didn't know what I wanted, but since I usually only eat 1 meal a day, I decided that I would get 2 scrambled eggs with a little cheese and a slice of bacon. We all go to the table with Luna, Yvonne, and Alpha Heath, and I see everyone looking at my plate. Justin had a pile of food, but he probably burned through it with a good sparring training. Luna Liz had me sitting between her and Luna Yvonne, with Justin across from me, and even Luna Liz had a plateful. Looking around, I saw the beta couple sitting across from Alpha Heath and Luna Yvonne, and they were even looking at my plate. "You know you can eat whatever you want, Gabby. You can have however much you want of it, too," Luna Yvonne tells me, and I nod at her. "I usually only get to eat about once a day, so I don't need much," I told her. The shocked expressions that they gave me let me know that was not a good answer, and when I looked back up from my plate, I saw them all looking at Luna Liz as if she were to blame. "It's not Luna Liz's fault. I usually grab an apple for my walk to school. If I didn't eat it on the way to school, I would eat it for lunch in the library or in the bathroom. If I was having a bad day, I would eat dinner with my parents at night. Mom would make a little container for us of whatever she had prepared for the pack, and either bring a side or make 2 quick sides at home." I frown, thinking about my parents, and my eyes burn as I feel them fill up with tears. I bite my lip and wait until I can get my breathing right. I miss them so much, and I don't know how I am going to get by without them. I see Luna Yvonne sitting next to me with tears in her eyes and holding Alpha Heath's hand in her lap. I can see from her expression she is concerned about me. Alpha Heath, however, looked like he was ready to punch someone. "Were you getting bullied at school?" Alpha Heath asked in a voice that I could tell he was straining to keep calm. I glanced at Luna Liz, and she nodded at me that I could go ahead and answer the question. "Yes, I didn't get my wolf until yesterday, on my 18th birthday, because she was weak from having to heal me from what some of the girls in the pack did to me. She is a strong wolf, but she became too weak to let me phase to help me heal. Some of the injuries were quite substantial, and she couldn't come forth on my 16th birthday. So they all think I am wolfless, including Derek, who rejected me yesterday because he has to make the Alpha's daughter from the Riverbed pack to make their pack larger. He said I am weak because I am an Omega, and that he didn't want me." I barely got the last word out in a small voice before large tears started falling down from my eyes. I saw Alpha Heath stiffen up and look down at Luna Liz, and I heard her tell him and Luna Yvonne that she had more to tell them concerning my situation. They all three got up and left the table, leaving me with Eli, Fawn, and Justin, who looked like he would rather jog the 150 miles back to the Red River Pack than stay at this table. I tried to stop crying, but it took a while. I had eaten half my eggs and half of the piece of bacon and had managed to stop crying. "I wanted to thank you, Justin," I told him. He looked up in surprise at me, and I saw him start to frown and his forehead wrinkle up with him trying to figure out why I needed to thank him. "For stopping Jack, for knocking him out. That was the only punishment that he will probably ever receive for what he did to me on both occasions. I just hate that you got into trouble for doing it, but I appreciate that you did that for me," I tell him, and he blushes and looks back down at his plate. "What he did was wrong. He deserved a lot worse than he got. I do not know why Alpha Montgomery did not punish him, but I do know that Luna Liz is going to be looking into it when we get back to the pack. I'm sorry that you have had to go through so much," Justin tells me, and then looks back at his plate, and I know he is very uncomfortable with our conversation and wants it to end. We sit there in silence with Eli and Fawn talking in low tones to each other as we wait for Luna Liz to come back with Luna Yvonne and Alpha Heath. They were gone for about 15 minutes, and I was really nervous by the time they came back. I hope they don't boot me out because I am too much trouble or because I am an Omega. I like it here, and I really don't want to go back to the Red River Pack. Jack was going to kill me and probably make good on what he was going to originally do to me, so it would be best to just run away if that was going to happen. I know they all saw the different emotions crossing over my face, and I closed my eyes and braced myself for the rejection that I knew was coming. I feel arms coming around my waist and pulling me into a tight hug, and I feel tears on my shoulder from whoever is hugging me. I open my eyes and see Alpha Heath with tears shining in his eyes and trying to comfort his wife, who is now sobbing as she hugs me. I see both Eli and Fawn straighten up in their seats, and I realize that Alpha Heath is mind-linking them, and it is about me, as I see Fawn's eyes snap up to meet mine, and she tears up too. I see that Eli appears to be angry. I am assuming on my behalf, but I have no idea what Luna Liz told them. I am fine, standing right here in front of them. I want to comfort Luna Yvonne, as she is still crying, but I don't know what to say. "It is okay, Luna Yvonne. Everything is okay," I said to her, and she cried harder at my words. I looked helplessly at Luna Liz, and I saw tears in her eyes as well. I just didn't know what to do or say right now, so I tried to change the subject. "If you could take me to the local Walmart or Target so I could grab a few items, that would be great. I have $200 on me for my stuff. We really don't need to go to the mall. I've never been to one, but I've heard everything there is overpriced, and I really need to watch my money until I can get a job," I told them. It wasn't the right thing to say, apparently, as Luna Yvonne's head snapped up from her bending down to hug me.